It's taken a couple of weeks for news about this to spread, but the news is incredible. Get this. Engaging in what could prove to be one of the most insufferable, thoughtless, insulting, and arrogant displays in which any politician will engage all year. Leftist Arizona State Senator Lupe Contreras, a Democrat, on March 3rd, told a crowd, including a victim of sexual assault who was testifying in favor of more freedom to conceal carry a firearm, that if she were worried about getting hurt outside, getting attacked again, she should, get this, stay home behind closed doors. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV. Her name is Lauren Snyder. She's a survivor of sexual assault and domestic abuse. And she was speaking at the state capitol in favor of SB 2316, which would roll back some restrictions on concealed carry firearms. And since personal choices about defending oneself have to be decided not by us, but by political gluttons who stuff themselves on our rights, Ms. Snyder told the Arizona Senate Judiciary Committee,
the reason that I got my concealed carry is because I've been a victim of sexual assault. I've been a victim of random assault. I've been a victim of domestic abuse. And I refuse to be a victim again. I don't carry because I want to harm others. I carry because I don't want to be harmed. My right to defend myself shouldn't change simply because of my physical location.
That's the point about natural rights. They aren't granted by the state, they pre-exist the state. And in all public places, human beings retain their rights. Only in private interaction, where people make offers and concessions if they prefer, might one ask another to temporarily not exercise or claim his or her right. Such an arrangement doesn't mean the right goes away. It just means that two people have agreed to something, an agreement that itself is founded on mutual respect for each other's rights. But Contreras clearly hasn't the faintest clue about any of this, nor does he appear to grasp the sheer titanic scope of his indolent, callous lack of sympathy. His response?
Chair, I've said it many times that I'm a gun owner, I'm a hunter, and I'm a proud Democrat. I don't need to carry my gun on me at all times to feel safe. I don't walk around, run around, and drive around worried about somebody's going to shoot me, or somebody's going to hurt me, or somebody's going to do whatever. Why even walk around at that point? Stay home, behind closed doors.
Later, he added,
So, I do understand that, yeah, it is a right that we have. But some people just don't have that right. And some people just shouldn't have that right. And with that, I vote no.
So, not only do we see yet another tiresome, block-headed leftist fall back to the cliched idiocy of "I'm a hunter," when the purpose of the Second Amendment is to make sure politicians like him can't stop people who want to be free from exercising their right to rebel against oppressive statism. And not only is Contreras nowhere near understanding that natural rights are about human-to-human relations, not for hunting, this man has the gall to minimize this woman's horrific experiences and call for her to let the trauma trap her in her home. In a world full of politicians who spout insulting twaddle on a daily basis, even as they do worse by continuing to attack our rights, this is one of the most angering statements that I think any politician has said. One wonders what he would say to his publicly paid police when they leave the station. Perhaps he'd say something like, heck guys, if you're so worried about violence outside that you gotta carry those guns, why go out at all? Jeez. In case Senator Contreras is curious, there's plenty of evidence that more guns in the hands of peace-loving people serve to reduce the incidence of violent crime. He might want to look at the FBI uniform crime statistics, revealing that while gun ownership in America skyrocketed between 2002 and 2011, the incidence of violent crime, including gun-related crime and death, which often is comprised mostly of suicide and gang-related homicide, dropped by double digits. And Contreras might ask why guns often are called the Great Equalizer. That moniker fits because firearms allow physically weaker people to not only protect themselves when attacked, but to fend off potential attackers before the thug makes a move. If a citizen is likely to be armed, that possibility alone can deter would-be assailants from committing crimes that have direct contact with a potential victim. But when weaker people have to wait to get their weapons to protect themselves, well, they can become victims. Like New Jersey resident Carol Brown, who in 2017 was murdered by a man against whom she had a restraining order while she suffered the indignancy of the waiting period to get her gun. And finally, there's the fact that long-hidden CDC data were revealed a few years ago, showing that firearms are used more often to prevent crime than to engage in criminal activity. But will Contreras consider this information? He's already had the opportunity. The scholarship and stats have been around for a long, long time. And he's avoided the truth all that time. But the key is not the practical outcome anyway. It's the fundamental rock of natural rights. People have an inherent right to defend their lives, and Contreras has no place infringing on that right. Then again, this is the same state senator who argued during a February hearing on abortion that, quote, I have 4 foster kids at my house. They were kids from parents that probably should have had an abortion, end quote. I think that's enough said about this very sad imitation of a man. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And to all of you folks fighting for your rights, thanks for being part of the team. Awesome to have you aboard. Remember, visit us at MRCTV.org. MRCTV.org. Find us on Rumble where they don't censor us. Please subscribe over there and please offer your comments. Always enjoy seeing your thoughts. And you can find us on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And I am at Gard Goldsmith on Twitter and at Gardner Goldsmith on Gab. And please stop by the MRC Store as well. When you go to MRCTV.org, you'll find great items there. And check out the great documentary on the Keystone XL pipeline when you go to the website. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's really devastating. It's incredible to watch. Thanks again. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.